Hello, and welcome to this demonstration of Terma Software's TermaVISION product. I'd like to take the next few minutes to give you a brief demonstration of TermaVISION, which is a web-based analytics product to give you real-time monitoring and predictive analytics about your workload environment. To begin with, I thought I would show you how TermaVISION fits into Terma Software's suite of analytics products. So if you take a look at the slide that you have in front of you, you'll notice that in the center is the Terma Workload Analytics server. This is the primary engine which serves all of the analytics to the Terma suite of products. And you can see up here on the left there's actually several different products available: Terma Unify, which used to be called JAWS, TermaVISION, and Terma Insight. All three of these products connect to the same workload analytics server, which in turn connects to one or more workload automation engines. The list of supported engines is across the bottom of your screen here, so you can see that we support connections to CA's AutoSys and CA7 schedulers, to Cisco's Tidal Enterprise Scheduler, to IBM's IWS scheduler, and to BMC's Control-M. Once connected to these various sources of data, the Terma Workload Analytics server will gather both job definition data and event data and store it in its own operational data store, which is basically a data warehouse where we maintain potentially years worth of historical run data for all of the jobs in your workload automation environments. And then the various products offer different analytic views into that data. So today we're specifically going to be focusing on TermaVISION. I'm going to now switch over to the TermaVISION product, where we can talk more specifically about the features and functions that product provides. So TermaVISION is a web-based product. It can be run in any browser, or it can be run using a mobile device as well. And it offers job-level real-time monitoring analytics as well as predictive analytics for jobs, machines, and other workload objects. So what you're looking at right here is the main screen, and on the left-hand side are links to various parts of the TermaANALYTICS platform. From here, once you're authenticated, you can launch directly into Terma Unify, also known as JAWS. You can access all of the documentation, open up the technical support issue, and navigate to a few other areas directly from this home page. Of more interest, actually, on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll notice that there's a section called My Pages. And this is where each user has the opportunity to create pages with panels on them to provide various different types of analytics. And this user interface is actually the same user interface for both the TermaVISION and the Terma Insight product. The TermaVISION product primarily shows you real-time monitoring and predictive information about jobs, and the Terma Insight product is much more of a BI reporting tool. So there's another video that's available to you to get the specifics of Terma Insight. Today we're just going to be focusing on TermaVISION. So there are various pages that have been created that you can navigate to, or you can create a new page from here. So I'm just going to navigate to the home page, which you can see is a page that has various panels on it providing different types of analytics. We're going to be going through what these panels are. All of these panel types that you're seeing here are available in TermaVISION. For each panel, you can move it, you can resize it, you can drag and drop it around to reorganize your your page however you like. You also have the ability to create a new page. So for purposes of this demo, I'm going to go ahead and create a new page. You can see that I can navigate to any of the existing pages I've already built, or I can create a new page. And in this case, I'm going to create a new page, and I'm just going to call it TermaVISION Demo. Once I create the page, I can begin to put panels on that page. And you'll notice here that there's two tabs, TermaVISION and TermaInsight. So the panels can be mixed and matched between the two products. Today, I'm just, again, going to be focusing on TermaVISION and the types of panels that are available within TermaVISION. So the first type of panel that I'd like to look at is the Job Status panel. And if I click on this, it will allow me to create a new Job Status panel. If I don't enter any type of search criteria and just simply click OK, you'll see that I have a new panel that was created, and this is showing me all of the statuses of all of the jobs that are in my environment. And you can see here that there's 2,306 jobs in total in my environment. From this point, I can actually filter this view however I like. So if I go back into the panel and edit it, you'll see that there are various types of properties that I can edit on. For example, I can edit on schedulers. And in this case, we have one CA7 scheduler called Chicago. We have an AutoSys scheduler, and we have a title scheduler that we're working with in this particular demo environment. So if I choose to, I can limit my view to, let's say, simply the AutoSys scheduler. And if I wanted to change the name of this panel, I could call it Job Status AutoSys Only. In your environment, you may have multiple schedulers of the same type if you have multiple instances of a scheduler, and you can choose to create these panels either across schedulers or for a single scheduler. So you'll notice as soon as I did that, this now filtered down to just the 873 jobs that are in our AutoSys instance. And I can also further filter based on status. For example, let's say I only wanted to see the jobs that everything except for success, because I can see there's 718 successful ones. I don't really want to see those. So I can eliminate those from my view, and now I'm looking at just the jobs that are in statuses other than success. So I can also create multiple job status panels, and this is true for all the panel types. You can create different panels with different filter criteria depending upon your needs. So perhaps I have this one which is AutoSys only, and let's say I wanted to create another job status panel where I'm interested in looking at my market price jobs. So I want to filter this by job name, where the job name contains MKT somewhere in the name. I click OK, and now I have yet another panel specifically filtered down to just my market price jobs. And this can, again, cross schedulers, or it can be for a specific scheduler. If I go to the details panel, then I can see the actual jobs, and you'll notice all of these have MKT somewhere in the job name. So this was a way for me to quickly filter based on job name and see the most recent run of each job. I can click on any job at any point and get all of the details of it. In this case, this happens to be an AutoSys job, so I'm looking at all the JIL properties of that job. I can navigate to its predecessors. In this case, the predecessor is a box. So again, I'm looking at the most recent status of this particular box, and I can notice that it has 6 children. I can navigate through the children, the predecessors, the successors, to give me a view of what's currently running in my environment. And these jobs all happen to be, the ones at the top of the list here are in a status of success. Again, if I wanted to, I could filter out the success statuses and just be looking at the ones that are in some other state. For example, maybe I just want to see everything that's running. So again, if I wanted to, I could create a third panel, which would just be everything that's running, and I could go across schedulers and look at the various statuses. So perhaps I want to see just running for AutoSys, for CA7, and for title as well. I click OK, and now I have just my running jobs. So here's all 47 jobs that are running across all of my platforms. And I can lay these panels out on the screen however I wish. There's also very advanced filtering available to you. This is one of the very powerful features of TermaVision is the very advanced query language. So when I go in to create these panels, you'll notice that as I create a filter, if I wanted to say, the job name contains MKT like we did before, and go into the advanced section, you'll see that over here it's building a query string where it says the name contains MKT and the current state is running. So this query is actually a proprietary query language, which is not querying the database directly. Rather, it's querying our in-memory definitions of all the jobs. And we have available to you to query all of the properties of all of the jobs. So if you click on the query help, you'll see that for each scheduler type, so here's AutoSys. As I scroll down, the other scheduler types are here as well. There are literally hundreds of different properties that you can filter on. So it's every possible property of your job. So if you wanted to, for example, filter on application for AutoSys, where you want to see all the jobs where the application matches a certain string, you can simply copy that and bring that directly into your query string here, where I could say, and application contains ABC. So I can build an arbitrarily complex query with ands and ors and parentheses on any possible property of a job for each of the scheduler types. So this is a extremely powerful query language where you can do sophisticated queries, and the response time is close to instantaneous because all of the job definitions are stored in memory. So we've been focusing on the job status panel, but there are other panels available within Vision. So for example, if I go to click on Add a Panel, I can take a look at the Forecasted Job Runs panel. The filter criteria is the same for the Forecasted Job Runs panel, meaning you can create a panel where you want to take a look at, for example, all of the market price jobs that are scheduled to run in the next 8 hours, let's just say. You can also specify a specific time range if you wanted to see, between 3 and 4 a.m., I want to see everything that's forecasted to run where the job name includes MKT. You can create a Forecasted Job Runs panel and click OK, and you'll see here that this is showing you over the course of that time span all of the MKT jobs that are forecasted to run. If you click on the details, you'll see a list of the specific job names and exactly what time they're predicted to start and end. And this is an important point, is that we're actually taking advantage of Terma's powerful prediction engine to give you a forecast of exactly when every single job in your scheduler is forecasted to start and end. And this is a dynamic forecast that changes as your jobs are actually starting and completing within the underlying scheduler. So we base a prediction of when a job will run based upon its historical average duration and the other scheduling criteria of that job. For example, maybe it only runs on Mondays and it only runs on the success of 3 other jobs, something like that. We will make a prediction for when that will start and end, and if in fact that job actually runs for a different amount of time. Maybe it usually runs for an hour, but today it ran for an hour and a half. We'll notice that that has occurred, and we'll adjust the forecast of everything that's downstream of that job to take that long-running job into account. So it's a dynamic forecast, and we give you this very flexible window into it where you can, again, create multiple panels. So this one, I maybe should have named this forecasted like market price near-term forecast. Now I might want to create another panel, which is everything that's forecasted, you know, in the next hour across all schedulers. So I'll say next hour, all schedulers, and then I'll get a different view. So you can see that this is a different set of jobs that across all schedulers are being forecasted to run. So in the next 1 hour, we have 1,191 jobs that are forecasted to start. And again, if I look at the details, you'll see what they are. And some of them are in CA7. You'll notice the scheduler. Some of them are AutoSys. Some of them are CA7. So this is across multiple schedulers. You can again change the filter criteria if you're only interested in one particular scheduler. So it's very flexible, the query language, and also the ability to see the to filter into a particular time window of the forecast that you're interested in. So now we've taken a look at the job status panel and the forecasted job runs panel. Some of the other types of panels that are available to you, you'll see here, are, for example, the machines panel. And I'm actually going to now just switch over to a different page I created where I already have a machines panel defined to give you a look at it. So here's over on the right, you'll see here is the 10 busiest machines, and I can sort it by number of jobs here to show you the 10 busiest machines in your environment at the current moment. And what you're seeing is a graph of the number of jobs that the green is the previous 2 hours of activity on this machine, and the blue is the predicted next 2 hours of activity on the machine. So I can see here that this one machine, Terma CLD AS01, is the busiest machine that I have. It has the most jobs scheduled to run on it in this particular time window. From here, I can click on that machine and drill into the specifics and get a sense of when it's the most busy, when its lulls, its peaks and valleys are, basically, when it's the most busy. At any point, if I notice that I want to see, well, I wonder what's running at this very busy time, I could click on any individual moment in time, and because this is blue, this is a forecast or a prediction, again, taking advantage of Terma's full scheduler prediction engine to tell you what's predicted to run on this particular machine at this exact moment. And you can see that there's a set of about 20 or so, actually it's exactly 17 jobs that are predicted to run on that machine at the moment that I just selected. So this, can be used for, this type of machine view can be used for load balancing to understand which machines are being the most heavily utilized, to perhaps distribute your workload to machines that aren't as heavily utilized. Or it can also be used if you're planning on taking a machine out of service to do some maintenance. You may want to find a time when it's less busy and have some understanding of what is predicted to be running on the machine at that time, so you could take appropriate actions. In addition to the machine view, we also have a job dependency graph available to you. And this is a graph which will show you where you can select a job, a specific job. So let's say I'm interested in one of my market price jobs. I'm going to pick market price 003, and I'm going to show all of the predecessors and all of the successors to this particular job in a graphical view. I click on OK, and now you'll see that I'll make this a little taller, and I can even zoom this a little bit. to show you a view of, based on this market price 3 job, what are its predecessors and its successors. And you can see here that one of its predecessors is this market price New York box. So now I have a view of that box with all of the jobs inside of it, and also the statuses. So there's a legend available to you which shows you the colors, what statuses the colors mean. So green is success and blue is running. I can see exactly what jobs you're running right now, and as jobs start and finish, the colors change. So you can basically use this graphical view as a monitoring view to understand what's currently running in your environment. You'll notice just as we were sitting here, it just switched, and market price NY002 finished, and now NY003 is running. So for anyone that you select, if you wanted to get details about it, you can actually click on a job and get the details about that particular job. So that's an example of the job dependency graph. And another panel that's available to you within TermaVision is the job stream status panel. This panel, and I'll just select the defaults just to show you all of the job stream statuses. This is going to show you, as opposed to job level views, this is going to show you job stream statuses. So this is if you're using the Unify product and you've created job streams, you can look at the statuses, monitor the statuses of these streams from this particular view. So so those are the various panel types that are available to you in TermaVision, and like I mentioned, you can drag and drop and move the panels around and create your views however you like. So this is the home page that we've been playing around with. Again, we had the other page that we created called TermaVision Demo, and if I select that, you'll see that we have the panels that we had created available to us here. And of course, you can create as many pages as you would like to show you all the various types of analytics that you might be interested in. So that's a brief tour of TermaVision, and if you'd like more information, feel free to contact your sales rep at Terma, and we would be happy to schedule a personal demo with you or answer any other questions that you have. So thank you so much for your time, and if you're interested in other product demos, you can find those on our website as well.